Thursday, here we go. Promotionals lower bracket. And it's finally time to see who will take the last two slots of Division A sa next season natin ng University Alliance Cup. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the third season of the University Alliance Cup featuring Valorant. The top 12 collegiate Valorant teams in the Philippines have done battle and are here to compete to raise that campus torch, a prize pool of over 150,000 pesos, the right to call themselves the best in the country, and scholarships. I'm Dax here, and with me today is Ray Ray. We'll be your shotcasters for now. Pero sabi ko lang, Ray Ray, tapos na ang ating Division A. Tapos na ang ating Division B. But we want to know who will be part of that top 12 next season because this is what the promotionals is all about.
Yep, so maraming mga teams sa mga naglaban naman. We've seen them yesterday, and now that we're gonna be seeing them right now, it's going to be, of course, PUP versus USC that we're gonna be talking about. But looking at our promotionals bracket, this is very important for all of the teams, pero at least nakikita na natin kung sino yung makakapunta ng Group A and Group B. But ikaw, Dax, what are your take regarding the promotionals here in our bracketing?
Dude, I love the promotionals, honestly. Again, I said about it yesterday. This is where the line is drawn between Division A and Division B. And when you have the lower half of Division A fighting against the upper side of Division B, you can see what standards are being raised every single season. And you can see, of course, that you cannot just be complacent. You have to always be on your toes and ready to compete. We already have new faces coming in to the into Division A. You already have Excalibur from yesterday, FEUA as well. But USC is back, and I see a familiar face into the roster right now. I feel like we got some professional experience here because I heard from a certain producer here that the likes of Beats and Far Saiyajin, they have returned to rescue USC in their time of need, Ray Ray.
And here it is, yun ang pinag-uusapan namin kanina, yung ano namin, ang pangalan niya ay Bri. Ang sabi
Wow,
sa,
Bri.
wow, Bri.
Close kayo. Shorten mo pa, Bri.
Bri. Sinort ko pa, para lang talaga may konting privacy. Pero looking at your PUP, what can you say about this team, Dax? I mean, they're a new face to me, and I'm sure that they have a lot of what it takes. But you know what? You're gonna go up against USD. We have Farside Jin on the clock, especially he's a key player sa side ng USC. But here in PUP, I think this team has the big potential also.
Yeah, the thing about Polytechnic University of Philippines, Spile de Oro, it really feels like this is going to be their big debut against, of course, a roster to remember on the side of USC. But USC has had struggles here in season number 3, winless coming into the season for Division A. That's why they're here in the lower bracket. Ascent, Haven, Split, though, are going to be the maps, but back to PUP. They've had an incredible run in the lower bracket of Division B. They lost out on the first day, and that was their only loss in that whole elimination bracket, being Lights of UPD, USLS. They also beat out AUF as well as MUI, which are the MGS spades. So it really seemed like that for Pylon Diorum, they really stepped on up. And funny enough, I have a friend who studies at PUP, and he was really surprised by the effort and the performance of PUP so far. And when you look at that roster, one name comes to mind for me: Jet Patchy. It's like if you have you ever played Tekken, Ray Ray?
Never play. I play Tekken pero hindi ako magaling na player.
So basically, there's this character who is the boss for the fifth Tekken named Jinpachi, and this guy, well, Jinpachi, it makes sense if he's gonna be playing that Jet. And he's gonna be looking to be the big boss. Pangalan pa lang, it's already set there. And I really want to see what PUP brings to the table here against USC. But the thing is, for when you look back at the performance of USC coming into season 3, right, to Division A, they went winless, but because they didn't really have the star players with that professional experience. But in their time of need, in that last call to the station, biglang, can we pray for a miracle? Can we get the return of the Saviors, the Messiah that is Farsiah Jin? And I do believe he will be back on the battlefield today, alongside, of course, the long-standing pro himself, Beats, as well. So I really feel like for USC right now, they have retooled and recalled basically some of the stars that have thrust them to greatness in season number 2, and maybe that can give them that extra edge here for the eliminations, here for the promotionals, because they don't want to see their school drop down to Division B. And there you go, confirmation, Ray Ray. Kita na natin, Beats and Farsighted are back. And since I know that you're a big fan of FSJ, what do you say about his playstyle?
It's been a while since I've last seen him, pero nakita ko lang siya on the tournament. Also, he's been aggressive ever since, but then improvement, not only him, but his team, his professional team talaga. They were really different this time around. Meron nga lang silang konting downfall when we've seen them last VCT, but at least I think they're on the right track. But looking forward to how will Farsighted go with his Jet. I'm a big fan of his Reyna, but right now that he's been successful with his Jet plays, ito yung mga kailangan natin abangan. But on the other side, PUP, don't tell me they're gonna be picking KO or Yoru. Yoru,
Okay.
best agent ever. That's the favorite agent ni Dax, guys. That's the
Uh,
fun fact about it.
I would have been like, oh no, for PUP if I saw KO and Yoru together. I would just get flashbacks of when I play with Ray Ray, and that is never a good time, guys. But you know what? We're gonna get a good time though from the side of the pile there. We are gonna get Jet Patchy on that shit. I do like the fact that they're going for the double initiate, the Astra Killjoy composition as well. Very meta right now, especially into the upcoming maps. And as we are going to be getting into the standard that is Ascent, PUP looking for the big upset over USC. Because honestly, even though USC have gone to that zero standing all the way in the group stage, they are back with their star players. They are back with that full firepower. And will we get the season 2 experience of USC instead that has really won the hearts of many in the AcadArena community? It's time for us to get into the game though, but first things first, let's just give a little bit of shout out to our incredible sponsors so far, because you can't forget that this tournament, of course, is presented to you by ASUS, Republic of Gamers. They have been such a incredible support system for so far, and you know they're powered by the reigning king of gaming laptops, the ROG Zephyr S17 featuring 11 Gen Intel Core i9 CPU cooled with Liquid Metal and the GeForce RTX 3080 GPU to take your gaming experience to the next level for hashtag for those who dare. Available in your nearest ASUS and ROG accredited stores nationwide. Hop onto rog.acadarena.com to check it out. And shout out to our partners as well at Logitech G. If you're looking to supercharge your gaming setup so you can hashtag keep playing, check out Logitech's amazing gaming gear at logitech.acadarena.com now. But it's time for us to get into the game, Ray. At we already have USC here looking to go for a potential mid take.
This is so interesting coming right now for the side of USC, but still, I'm so excited on this other side. How will PUP play this double initiator? I mean, it's the usual, but on the behind the scenes, Farsighted and si Mike nabawasan lang din kagad ng PUP. This is a great start coming in from them. They were extending themselves up until top mid, but I think it's not over yet for the side of USC as the Bits takes down 2, and they suddenly turn the tables up.
Yeah, Beats, of course, he's had that history within many different teams, including the Oasis fam. But here and now, he is back on the board, back on the beatdown. It's always great to see him shine there. But on the flip side for PUP, interesting enough, I have seen some of these names in a few community tournaments as well, not just in the collegiate scene. So maybe that can help out the likes of, I believe, Kizu, if I remember correctly, as well as perhaps Jetpatchy right now. But Jetpatchy himself, showing up in Division B in that lower bracket of Disease. He's gonna catch that and Temps with that takedown instead. Jetpatchy right now trying to go for the back on away. Yeah, the Raiden pushing on forward. Beats does go down, but Fugly will find that kill anyway. And USC, where have you been all season?
Nagtatago lang sila. Nagpapalakas na ulit ang USC. Although, we've seen talaga that there are also a lot of teams that has been consistent, a lot of schools, collegiate teams. But at least right now, the fact that it is promotionals, I'm sure USC have got what it takes. Although maganda na sana extension na ginawa ng Pirate their room earlier on, but it seems like they got too easily predicted by Bits with how aggressive he is with his Reyna. But at least right now, it's just the start of something new for both of the teams. But how will Jetpatchy get at least one? Oh no, he gets tagged. Kailangan niya mag-bail out of it, and looks like Bits wants to start the game right now as he takes out his Leer, and there will be a good setup, but will Shy takes Farsighted? Nope, he will be denying it, and we already have a total control of USC against PUP here in A side.
Yeah, you have the gun advantage. Go for the push, and here we go. Beats again. 1 and 2, and Kizu now does go down to the hand of Farsighted. Disease, the only one left, looking to infect at least one person with this shorty surprise. But FSJ backing all the way, but a little too late. Alam na yung trick na yun. Ginagawa niya na mismo yun, pero hindi. This is he's able to get the catch. Beats though able to get 3. But double duelist here for the side of USC. They're running a pretty standard composition in the collegiate side, except that Astra though on their side. But it's just the adjustment. It's just that willingness to change things up. But Beats and Farside Jin, they were the saving grace. They were really the stars of the show for the University of San Carlos Portal Warriors in season number 2. And they are back to try and save this team here in season number 3.
But looks like side ng Pylon Deorum, they have a lot of cheering squads in our comment section, guys. Hype it up because I'm sure they have what it takes also. But if Fire Sergeant together with Beats will just be popping off, going with those run and guns. Kanina nakita ko yun. Annoying run and gun, but you know, it's the Spectre magic we're talking about. But looks like he gets a tag against the Astra of PUP, but unfortunately, hindi pa niya mababawasan. But at least Jet Patchy will be able to get Farside up. And this is actually huge. You take one duelist out of USC, and it's gonna be favoring on your side.
Yeah, and USC actually, they're running a lineup of players that we didn't see too much in season number 3. I do believe the Astra of Tomo is newer. Of course, Mike's gonna be there with Fugly, but besides that, yeah, Beats Fireside Jin. This is the USC looking to prime themselves up for a better performance. But while in the Yorum, they have the guns now, and they're getting the takedowns. PUP on the board here, 4 versus 1, leaving everything right now in the hands of Beats. But he has the Empress. He will get the takedown onto Disease first and foremost. Pile the Yorum now. They're just keeping an eye on the Spike Ray Ray. Mabantay sarado muna tayo dito sa gitna. And well, for Beats, what's the plan here? 1v3? Kaya pa ba kaya to with Empress possibly a possibility to unleash your Ray Ray?
But then time is ticking. 27 seconds on the clock. All of them are just surrounding the spike. And if Beats, he doesn't have any leers anymore. So it's gonna be favoring PUP talaga. But as he makes a move, kailangan niya to check every corner that he has. 13 seconds left. I think he needs to save this Phantom na lang. Spotted na siya around. All of them are just gonna be looking at him. No picks, but he gets one, not by 2. 4 seconds left. Pero na lang di niya mababawasan unless he gets a clutch. Oh no, time is ticking. Sayang nga lang kagad. And Shy will be finishing him out. At least he gets not bad for a bonus round. But at least a PUP was able to get it back up.
Yeah, PUP getting on the board there and making sure that the duty was done on the defensive side. Still a bit costly for them. And we'll see right now what USC gonna do instead as they have the rifles here. So tingnan muna natin ngayon kung paano nga sila mag-a-aggress dito, Ray Ray. But for USC, parang ang simple lang na plan nila eh. Just go in, go ham, go get the takedowns, no? Interesting enough though, for PUP, Kizu, that's a shorty in the hands of the Astra. A bit of a gamble there to only have that one little sawed off to try and go for the hold. So Kizu, dadasal muna para sa'yo, but Jetpachi shows up! Gets that takedown onto Mike, a second victim perhaps. Tomo gonna be able to avoid the blades. Beat's gonna get that takedown. Here we go with the shots right now. Picks up the Phantom, but Fugdi would find on Kizu there. And here comes Jetpachi yet again, making it 3v3 Ray.
And Patchy is on point, pero nga lang Beats will be denying him. It's gonna be a 2v3. How will this PUP take this back against Portal? But as Beats gets out with his Empress, he needs to take out at least 2. But oh, looks like it's not over for the side of PUP. And it's going to be a 2v2 rather. But as Beats gets the 2k and a takedown with his Empress, seems like USC will just be picking all of the shots right now. And it's connecting for the side of Beats. Imagine, for the few rounds, it's already 13-2 KD that we have.
We just started. 4 rounds in, Beats already with 13, and this player, he can be very, very explosive, can be that duelist mate, can really flex onto whatever he wants to play. But here for USC, he is on point, he is on that dueling duty with Farside Jin. At baka ito lang yun para sa kanila eh, sabi, Beats, Farside Jin. So sino sa inyo mag-arena? Sino sa inyo mag-jet? Training range muna, pagalingan ng score, and it feels like Beats is the one popping off, making the range happen here on Ascent. And Paldeorum are the unwilling victims so far, but Jetpachi, he has made some plays so far. They just need to capitalize on the space that he makes to at least get a few of these rounds here, Ray Ray. But Beats right now gonna be alongside Far Sergeant. They're setting things up with the Astra, but Beats, he doesn't need any kind of setup. Drive peeks there, catches up picks, and on they go to B sides.
Ano kaya kinain ni Beats ngayon mo? ngayong araw na to at sobrang palong-palo siya. Imagine, no leers used. Tapos may sky advantage pa yung PUP, but as Micah will be planting the spike, it's gonna be just a post-plant position hold that we have for USC. But as we try here, Kizu gets a frag against the Bits, but there are only two left. At least he gets one still, but Farside with an op, 6 against Jetpachi. And if I were Kizu, I'll just be saving this one, but it seems like he still wants to end this against the guys. But as Pugnik sees him out, 4-1 is on the scoreline. And USC, they're just being aggressive all over. And gaya nga sinabi mo, it's the default lineup that they have, but it seems like it's still working sa kanila.
You know, so far I'm assessing how PUP plays, and it really feels like they've done their homework. They're putting in the studies to how to play the agent compositions, and they do have a star in the making there for Jetpachi. But, you know, sometimes you just get unlucky with how the brackets work, and then you get even more unlucky that you get the star players that have this incredible pro experience on the USC side show on up at the very last minutes. So really, the difficult task for PUP right now is to figure out what to do against the sheer strength of USC. Because let's face it, the past 5 rounds, USC just goes in and keeps it very simple, Ray. Sometimes they don't even need the setup from their smoke. Sometimes they don't even need the setup from their leers. They are just so confident that they can hit these shots. And Beats right now is the biggest bane of PUP's existence right now. And we'll see if they can find a way to shut him down. But PUP, again, playing it wise, gonna be right behind the smoke there and looking to bait out a bit of those utilities. Valorant is really set up on a site right now. They have a lot of fortifications, and not only that, they have the Astra and the Killjoy together. So if you go on in, you're gonna get a lot of stars and nanoswarms coming your way, but we'll see right now because UST still they want to force it out. And there you go, Tomo with one already. The Killjoy goes down, and that's the thing. Even with so much in the way, Ray, USC is just making it there to the other side.
And at least Tomo gets against Caesar now, but Beats once again, he plays it so patiently, and Jetpachi coming in from B side. He goes to A, but it's too late now as he's the only guy remaining, and all of the members of USC needs to find a but will he be able to take a shot down on Farside Jean instead? Farside Jean gets Jetpachi, and it's still a lead. But you know what? When you look at PUP, they have that good potential. Imagine you have Astra together with Killjoy anchoring the A side with those utilities, but then the shots is just hitting. Side ng USC, imagine kahit kahit they're gonna be going in with the wells, tapos sinabayan pa ng nanoswarm, nabuhay pa rin yung USC. And I don't know, ba't pa rin sila nabubuhay? It's the timing maybe, plus how Beats gets at least 1 or 2 frags. But let's take a look at how Tomo played there earlier. He's also the key player. But as they take out the operator, will Farsight be able to hit at least 1?
Oh, well, scope in, and Tomo! You know, we talked about the Beats show so far, but Tomo with his own kind of run, and immediately, it's piling the arm left with 1, and Beats is there to finalize things. But in that last round, Ray, sinabi mo na si Tomo nagsimula ng lahat. Siya yung ASUS, sabi niya, sige nga, ako taga-setup. Walang setup kailangan. Let me go in and get the takedowns. And he does it again for the second time. We have heralded the return of Farside, and of course, one of the top teams, Zeal Esports, having him in that roster. If you guys remember Season 2 history, FSJ, where na you? May playoffs tayo. No, sorry. I'm in DCT, Parachong, and it really feels like, you know, that's some of the sacrifices that USC has had to make. But you know who is really stepping on up right now? Tomo, and especially Beats with that 17. We are not even done with the first half. He is just popping off, but Jetpachi tries to make a play, but he wasn't ready with the gun. Mike with a takedown could have been great there for the side of PUP. They could have gone for the flash peek, but right now it's Disease setting it up for himself. But Pugly gonna get on the board, making it 4v3. Farside missing the first plate for a second. Up left right now, targets the Killjoy instead, but forgets na wala nang refresh. It's Shive on the board, Beats the way to take down. Pugly is there, and quickly as they come, USC will dominate and decimate.
Oh no, USC, I think this is really crazy. You have Beats together with Farside, but let's wait. How will PUP get back on the track. I mean, looking at their frags, it's equally distributed. They have it, but they just need to take a look more on their utilities, and that's gonna be a game changer that we have. Because when it comes to the duels, may papanalo ng USC, but you know, it's Valorant. It's a utility plus a duel kind of game. And kita mo naman yung potential that the Disease together with their Astras plus their Killjoy, it's hitting naman. You just need to outsmart them with the section touchy. He still have a second life. Pwede pa. Buti na lang na deny with that flash coming from Sky. He actually saved the day. Upwards of Tachi. There's still a potential for them winning this one. Unfortunately, Farside Jin being aggressive with that operator. 6 outs against Shy. And now they're gonna be having a full, complete control of mid. Pero let's see who's gonna get through this. Sabi ng
Umasa ka pa.
Farside.
Umasa pa siya! Operator, no scope, sure, why not? But Kizu, he's there inside like a smoke terminal. Pick's gonna get on the board as well. And the Sheriffs right now for the side of PUP getting the takedowns. But Mike, does he see him? Yes, he does. Like Mike, go on in and go ham. East side right now, right for the taking for USC. But pansin nga natin, diba? You mentioned it, that Sky Flash helping out as Jetpatchy kind of messing up that flash there, dashing into the epicenter of the gravity well instead. And that's really one thing PUP has in spades. They have that Sky plus Jet chemistry that's working on that, but they do want to make some plays instead with it, rather just play defensively. Tomo though on the board there versus the Seas. The Astra is not on popping off. And while the lockdown is able to detain Jetpatchy, PUP, paano na kayo lalapit dito? Just USC is so set up right now, and as time is ticking, this is looking very unlikely. But for PUP, this was a good eco round. I think they should just save whatever they can have. But Tomo now gonna go on down, pick up the gun. No picks, he's dropped it down. He gets to the Fugly, and it seems like Mike is the only one left. But time is not on the side of the defense, and Mike right now gonna fall to the hand of Jetpatchy. This is gonna be too close for comfort, and there you go. They couldn't make it happen. PUP will take a few of those frags at the very least, but maybe they could have considered saving the guns instead for the next round.
Fortunately, hindi na nga nangyari yun. They still make it. They still need to make it work. That's that side of PUP wants to make it. Pero nga lang time is not on their favor. Plus, I think Mike is trying to work on the post plant na Hunter's Fury, pero nga lang, it's gonna be favoring them. They just delayed so much, but at least not bad for an eco round. I mean, you get a lot of frags, tapos naapektuhan din kahit kokonte yung economy ng USC, but the fact that they've been winning consecutive rounds, and it's already an 8-1, marami talaga sila nga pera, so they don't have anything to worry about. But here it's the biggest thing also. We have 5 ultimates ready for the PUP, and if it's gonna be so exact to the timing of the aggressiveness ng USC, I think they might be able to save and get this round against USC. They just need that big deny. Kasi nakita mo na we have beats together with Farside earlier in B main. They want to be aggressive, but the timing itself coming from Jetpatchy together with Disease, with that blind, I still think that they still need to work it out. Pero na dyan, nakikita na natin yung potential ng team na to. It's not just in 100% pa, pero if that is gonna be so exact, and their chemistry is gonna be kicking in, I'm sure that PUP is a scary team that we need to watch out for in UAC.
Yeah, PUP right now is looking very, very, I'd say, adept at what they're doing. Unfortunately, they get the wrong USC right now. They're like, okay, diba we're supposed to fight the USC win list, the USC Season 3? Why do we get the Season 2 playoff lead right now? What is going on? But Jetpatchy cleans it up instead, and he doesn't care about the strength or the potential of the other side, because his potential is unmatched right now, and he gets 2 there with 1 clean swoop, backing on the way, avoiding Farside's bullet, but Puggy with the find instead. Onto the Jet. Kizudo able to find the refrag, and PUP, they needed to make a play in this game, and that might be their herald to continue on and go for that comeback here, Ray. But Kizu, tago lang dito sa sulok. Far Sergeant coming, sees the Sova, but shy with a takedown. And Tomo, the only one left. PUP showing up finally in this first half.
And this is the good thing about it. Hindi pa nagamit yung ultimate sila, and Jetpachi, he risked that play. He's been risking that ever since the Basa A main. But finally, it has been become successful and looking like that Shy will be taking out Tomo and finally a big win coming sa PUP after those years of trying to have a good contest in A main. They are successful. So we gotta give it to the Jetpachi. Very particular player that we need to watch out for. But it is also a good setup. Sana lang just protecting it from the side of USC. So maybe this time around, USC, they can stop their aggressiveness as kitang-kita mo naman na mas lamang yung PUP when it comes to those blinds. Plus, they haven't gotten any ults yet. Di pa nila ginagamit. So they can just go for a retake maybe if USC will be able to control either of the sides. But here we have Jetpachi with that operator. Let's see who's gonna get who. A Jet versus Jet operator gameplay that we have. But let's see how will this go in for both of the teams. But as Beats takes this Lear out, maybe they want to commit into B already, and that's it. Wala na kagad katakot-takot. They still want to make it, but oh, that's Achi. He will be denying Tomo. But a lot of these people will be trapped like pigs, and he will be taking 3 kills as we only have been going up against 3 members of PUP, and that's what I'm talking about. It's already connecting when it comes to the utility. But up until now, the spike is not on the favor of Bits, so he really needs to take this without the Lear, with just only his Empress. But Aspix will be finishing it. He gets 4K, and Pylon and Yorum is suddenly on a point now against USC.
Yeah, they're getting their form back and they're holding on to the defense well. You got Pix, you got Jetpachi, and they're just doing the job to stop USC from their dry peaks and more. And now this is where Portal Warriors will have to rethink their plans. Kanina, pasok lang sila. Sige, okay na to. Kaya na natin to, diba? This is how we get the win. See you, kill you, and then see you later next round na tayo. But for this time being, with Pylon, they are fighting back the way that USC is accustomed to. Just the angles that they're taking, the holds that they're doing. And you said it yourself, you know, they've had these ultimates for so long already, and they haven't needed them. Except maybe that Seekers that they unleashed last round. It really feels like they've just been figuring out how to play the game of USC. So for PUP, they have all the tools that they need to get one more round to make it 3 in a row. 3-8 scoreline right now. A bit of a salvage here for the side of PUP. Game is not done as of yet, but the Hunter's Fury is the first call here. And we also get the lockdown into play. Counter Hunter's Fury though, and Mike gonna be able to get catch off Kizu. Jetpachi backing on the way, not wanting to get hit by the lockdown. But it's destruction of the Dome of Doom. 5v3 right now. High ground being taken by PUP, but USC has a better setup on side.
Get out of my way.
But unfortunately, this Hunter's Fury itself coming in from Mike was the game changer right now, pinning also down the lockdown that Pix has been releasing. But as Shy going up against 4, he takes out Fugly, but time is ticking. Time is under pressure. He gets 2, 6 bullets up ahead, going up against 2 members left coming in from USC. How will he be able to survive this? He goes for a reload, but he needs to take this one out because time is not on his favor. And still, USC gets this round. A big lead coming in from them. But now that we're gonna be switching sides, this is where things will be interesting. You have that double initiator role coming right up, and if they get a good scope of how Jetpachi and a perfect timing coming from Disease together with the Jet, I really do think they can still turn the tables against USC Dax.
It's still possible. This is still doable. PUP have shown signs of life, have shown why they had that perfect run in the lower bracket of Group B. But the sheer strength of Portal Warriors still has been unmatched. And like I said, you know, this is a historical, I say, roster coming back into fruition for USC. Let me remind you guys why USC was touted to be one of the favorites coming into Season 3. They had that 5-2 scoreline, I believe, all the way in Season 2 in the group stage. They were the first seed there for Division A, and they made it all the way to semifinals, only losing on out in that top 4. And this is pretty much the force and the form that USC has right now. This is not the winless Season 3 squad that we saw there. And for PUP, they were preparing for the line to be crossed. They were just looking to up the standards. But when you're facing off against a team this strong, a team that has had so many accolades in the collegiate and the pro scene, PUP will have to rethink, play it slow and steady, figure out what to do, and they have taken the steps, Ray, just to do so. The puzzle is being solved konti-konti dito na PUP. They got that first pick off, but they're gonna need more than that to win this pistol.
Hey, you know what? A lot of people are telling it's a 9-3 curse. Let's see if still it's gonna be a
Ah,
curse for almost not just in the pro scene, but also in collegiate scenes, right? We've seen this 9-3 and there will be a good comeback and maybe it's sticking. So on the side of PUP, imagine you just took out the far side Jin with a ghost, just a one top on his head, and he's out of this round. But as we see here, they're carefully
30 seconds
trying
left.
to manipulate the B side as we see a disease with those flashes coming right through. But he's empty-handed right now. Two right now on the side of the boathouse. He takes this recon and now he's been revealing. Pero all of them are on this side. Will this actually favor the guys? But it looks like no. They are just being dismissed right now by
10
Bits
seconds left.
himself. And there's only two
One
left.
enemy
Plus the
remaining.
shock nurse is trying to help. And that's it. With just the complete control in boathouse. USC still kicking and on point with just Bits and Mike all together.
yeah, they just anchored that and let it rip. Beats right there with 24. He's just popping off like crazy. And you cannot duel Beats directly in this matchup. You cannot just look at him and say that I can outshoot you because more often than not, the stats don't lie. With 24 takedowns on the board, he is just absolutely dominant in this system. But I have to say though, in terms of the average, Pile the Arm is really keeping on up with the side of USC. Without Beats that outlier, they actually have a few more top frags compared to the opposition. And they've gotten the pickoffs in the past few rounds, but they just have to deal with suddenly a big force out of nowhere for the side of USC. Whether it be Beats, whether it be suddenly we have the Astra or the Silver right, they're gonna need to make a play. But gun advantage is too strong already. Portal Warrior is gonna get 4 so far, and Fuzzy is cleaning up house. He wants one more, and he will get that 4K for himself. 11-3, 2 more away from map points, and more for the side of USC.
Oh, USC. These guys are madmans right now. But I always think that maybe USC, they're having a hard time if there's no Bits or Farside Jin. But now that we're seeing Foggy Tomo together with Mike, that it's stepping up their games and it's actually connecting on all of their shots and their utilities, I think that USC is one of the teams that we need to watch out for on this upcoming season. But when you look at the side of PUP, we have a Pikes, we also have Jetpatch. It's all gonna be coming together. But I really think that they just need to work on their agent lineup that they have. It's a double initiator. It takes a lot of time to actually practice this. But the fact that it's 11-3, maybe these guys are just having the way na kailangan lang nila mag-practice all together. It's not still impossible for them not to win this one. Kailangan talaga nila mag-step up. And we're gonna be seeing that more as they need to survive for the next few rounds. But si Bits talaga, I think he wants to be aggressive and he spots off. And that's what I'm gonna be talking about. Disease with a kill, but takes him out with a sheriff. Will he be able to at least take this one again, knowing it's gonna be a 2v3, but Tomo rather will be denying him. And we only have Shy V. Alam na kung saan siya magagaling. Takes the Nano Swarm out, 48 HP and a dream with his sheriff. Will he be able to survive at least this? Pero he hasn't planted the spike yet. Sobrang layo na sa kanya. And they all know where he is hiding now.
Yeah, Shive, will he get seen there by the Aldron? They know he's here by 8 site. And this is around Pylon de Yorum is sacrificing for the scheme of things. Kasi nag-save sila dito para makabay. It's map point right now for the side of Portal Warriors. And again, this is looking to be the USC of old that we have seen dominate in Division A. PUP, they basically drew the short end of the stick, my friend. That's sasabi ko rin, Ray. A little bit unlucky na ito yung magiging kalaban nila in terms of the opposition. But let me just put this out there. If this is the USC we're gonna see today, if this is gonna be the series for USC versus PUP in this form, in this roster, if PUP figures out how to defeat a squad like this, they don't just come in to Division A as a roster. Now, oh, okay yan, galing Division B na promote. If they do this here, as far as Sajin just destroys the season already, they are gonna be looking to be one of the favorites for Season 4 itself. Looking forward and looking to, at the very least, become that champion. But who's putting the champion effort? That's Kizzy there, shutting down Beats. Big pick up here for the side of PUP. They need to kill that Reina as soon as possible. But then again, USC is still prepared. They have that operator in the middle, but Pix with a find again! And that's the opening here for Pylon.
Hicks, I'm really looking forward to this guy. He's a good killjoy talaga ever since that we've seen him also on the defensive side. But as Jetpatchy will be planting this, I think it's not over it for Pyron to make a good statement right now going up against USC. Dual left side ng USC, and it's only Mike, but beaten down by Pikes. And that's it. Di pa pala tapos. They still have 8 rounds to go. And they still have that potential. Pero the fact right now, they still need to work on some things. But we're seeing hope talaga sa kanila. But on the other side, USC talaga, they are quite a scary team. Imagine 25-8 sa side ni Beats. You have Farsajin, one of the members ng USC na magiging malaking wall para sa mga ibang teams, but you also have Bits on the other side. So you have two members ng USC na has been making a lot, but the fact that you also have Faldi and Tomo and Mike, sobrang ganda ng chemistry na din nila. But on the other side of PUP, the potential is there. They just need to make it work because Pix has been doing so much also for his teammates together with Jetpatchy. But oof! Di makuha ni Farsight, will be taken on by Jetpatchy, and that's a good opener coming right through sa PUP because they can actually take that lockdown and have a complete control here in B-side.
Yeah, and with USC buying the lesser guns, it's going to be a bit interesting how they're going to hold already. 5v4, Mike over the point onto Jetpatchy. Lockdown, though, does not come out in time as Mike will still get Shiv, but Kizu will get the refrag as soon as the hands are up. So 3v3 after everything's said and done. Lockdown now initiated here by the side of USC, and they just want to entrap PUP right now, trying to use their own techniques against them. And Fugly going to be seeing a shade of purple, but Pix right now will catch 1-1. Pix, though, is pixel perfect, and he does it again for the squad. 2v1. It's all up to Tomo. But do we get another round, or will we get a bear tomorrow here for USC as we push into map number 2? Now the Swarm's going to get thrown on over. Pixel with a fight again. And you can't spell Pixel perfect, like I said, without Pix. Sure, it's a Y, but why not, I gotta say. Because Pylum Deriorum, they are finding the takedowns because of this Killjoy.
Imagine you have a good killjoy, a very sustainable killjoy that we have not only for the utilities but also for the frags. Pix has been doing so much for the side of PUP, so we gotta take a look after him. If he plays more of those sentinels, I gotta give it to him. I don't usually see a lot of sentinels popping off in the collegiate scene, but the fact that Pix has been making a big name, I'm really excited how this guy goes here in the collegiate scene. But on the other side, one left before USC will be able to take this, but it seems like they're struggling against PUP's attacking side. And speaking of, they take out that cosmic divide, but as we've seen here, Tomo through the smoke will be getting Jetpatchy, but Chive will be getting for a trade. So this is quite looking great for the side of PUP, but they just need to take care of every angle that we have because these guys will just be on the corners itself, denying a lot. But Mike together with Beats gets Chive, and we only have one left. That's going to be Kizu, taking out the Palti with a knife. And USC still on a thrifty round, wins this a 13-5 in a set.
They just use that Cosmic Divide against them, and USC, you know they're having fun. You know that they are just absolutely on point, and the willingness, the confidence to fight has been the biggest strength here of USC so far. PUP, unfortunately, nung nawala yung range advantage na ginagamit nila, nung sabi na lang ng USC, sige na nga, tara na nga, let's go through the wall and figure out what to do. It kind of just blew up in their faces. If you look at this last round, right, you have Fugly there, gonna be right beside the Sova. Mike peeks with the Stinger of all things, and when you're that close to the wall, you can hear a bit of the muffle. And since wala, push the ball eh. Knife is out, gets that takedown, and overall, it was just the USC dominance that we expected all throughout Division 8, but it didn't happen. What happened here? Farsight, Beats coming on in, Tomo showing on up, and with Mike and Fugly still there, really some of the standouts during their winless run, it really felt like that this is the USC squad that we were promised all season, and we're finally gonna get it. And I really feel for PUP. I'm gonna put this out there already because it really feels like for PUP, what we're seeing right now is very adept gameplay that has been earned, that they have been working for, and they have this understanding of the game. Hindi din naman nila kailangan gawin. They have the mechanical skill between especially their Jet and Killjoy players, and they're the ones who find the pickoffs to save the day. But you suddenly get a playoff team from Division A facing off against you here in the promotionals. Yeah, it's kind of really unlucky. That's just it boils down to it. And I feel like right now, even though it's only game number one, if PUP ended up drawing anyone else, we would actually see them get a better form and a better scoreline. I wouldn't even be surprised right now in terms of what I'm seeing from PUP. They're looking very, very strong actually in terms of that Division B outlook. But when you face off against a team with this much pro experience, with this much collegiate experience, with so much accolades under their belts, then it's not the disappointment that we saw in Division A anymore. This is the true USC potential, and it's just unfortunate for the side of Pylon de Yorum. But I wanna reiterate this, Ray Ray. Kung manalo dito ang PUP, hindi lang sila na, oh, Division B, Division A, great job, good job sa inyo na umabot kayo. They will be a favorites of the Division A season next season. Kasi kung matalo nila ang USC sa series na to, it'll say absolute statements about their play. But right now, I don't want to pull any, I'd say, strength levels, but this USC squadron, this is not the squadron that was relegated for promotionals. This is a squad that should be in the playoffs Division A.
I gotta agree that they should have been in playoffs. A lot of favorites, a lot of our viewers have been telling us na it should have been also USC. We're excited to see them not only in the playoffs but also in the finals. Maybe going up against the LSU. I mean, that's not impossible now that you have bits together with Fireside Jin. But as of now, when I'm looking at all of the members ng USC, they have those capabilities already to be one of the dominating teams in their division. But on the other side, PUP, this is not a bad of a game that we have right now. Because when you take a look talaga on their agent selections, I think they have the better advantage. It's just that USC is really lucky with their shots. They're hitting everything. They're not afraid. They go for the dry picks also. They're quite confident with everything that they have. But as we're going to be moving here in Haven, Dax, what do you think is going to be the particular place coming in from PUP since they already have that bigger potential in Ascent?
I really want to see from the side of PUP ways to shut down the peak potential of USC because they can fight them. They have that skill between Jetpachi and Pix. But when you have players that can play that utility, we saw this guy a while ago. I wanted to see more flashes from them that they were trying to do on the defense, right? Na mag-combo sila to go for the peak and then get out. But we didn't see that much on the next half. We didn't see that too much from them on the attacking side. And I really feel like for PUP right now is they just have to concentrate their efforts in making sure there are ways to discombobulate the
Choose your
opposition,
agent.
whether flash, gravity well, and all the like. They need to do that against someone like Beats, against someone like Fireside Jin, and that is where they can really pick apart USC one by one. So tingnan nga natin, because the plans of PUP are honestly set. The blueprints are there, pero ang problema lang nga, you have a team this potent on the other side that can just dispel whatever you're planning. But guys, if you wanna bring, that esports in your own school, the AcadArena Alliance program is here for you. Alliance member clubs get access to our exclusive tournaments, mentorship, event support, and of course the Globe Esports Merit Scholarship. Learn how to join the Alliance today at acadarena.com/alliance. And AcadArena recently launched its newest cycle of scholarships that are open to all student gamers. If you have siblings, cousins, or friends who are in SHS and college, they can apply for a scholarship grant. Simply visit acadarena.com/scholarships and get a chance to be a #AcadArena scholar. But school's out, Ray Ray, and it's time for us to get back into the games. Haven is going to be map number 2. Aggression that we saw on Ascent, it will be amplified on a map like this with this many choices. But what do you think? PUP, they're on the attacking side. Can they set the tempo this time?
I really do believe you have that double initiator. That's what we're talking about when you have that double initiator. You give so much space for your duelist, which is going to be Jetpachi, and it's just the same lineup for both of the teams. Sa Ascent lang din natin nakita yung kanilang lineup, agent pickings, and it's also the same here in Haven. So I'm really excited how will they actually play this out. Kanina, yung timing, hindi gano'n nagko-connect sa PUP. But maybe the second time around that we have Sky together with Sova, I think that it's gonna be the better map that maybe they can actually manipulate against USC. But on the other side of USC, they still have this form. palong-palo talaga si Bits together with Farsightin, but not just Farsightin, but really it's Foglit and Tomo all together helping out earlier in Ascent. But interestingly, if PUP will just be going with a double initiator and they just really practice this all throughout the maps that we'll be seeing, maybe this time around they will be setting the momentum up for themselves, Dax.
That's exactly the points. Let's see who can set that tempo. Sino yung magsasabi na ako yung magsasabi kung ano nangyayari. Who will be dictating the pace of this game? It's time to find out. Because if you have that control, you're going to be able to at least manipulate variables in the battlefield. And I feel like para sa PUP, masabi nila, uy, stop muna kayo. Red light, green lights, no going here. This is no Squid Game. This is Valorant. And USC, they need to be stopped as soon as possible, because a freight train that is going at Mach speed, this is what USC is all about. And there we go, Jetpachi though with the final Tomo after he gets rid of Shiv. So at least 1-for-1 here, 4v4 right now. A bit of a slower pace actually, Ray. Pero ito dahil ang USC nakabantay sarado lang sa mga sites, they want to go for potential retake. If ever, they're regrouping, getting everyone ready to go for the fights, and this gives PUP that chance to put that spike down.
Oh, but then Farsightin on the other side is on point. He thinks it's together with together picks rather, and now he goes for this.
Enemy remaining.
Oh no, he tries to get into, but now we only have one left, and suddenly it has been a good entry coming in from PUP, but then what was that with Farsightin hitting his first altogether?
At pinasa lang. Okay, ito lang yun. It's a game of passes. Pinasa ko sa'yo para magsalita ka. And then Farside just like, immediately. It's also just how the momentum passes. As soon as PUP puts that spike down, USC is already ready for that retake, ready to get set in their motions. At yun nga sinasabi ko, for USC right now, they wanna just keep stations on their sides because they know that they can win the duels anyway. If they get overrun, then that's fine. Everyone else will go for the rotations. Everyone else will regroup and try to push on in on the site that has been taken by the attacking side. So far, so good para dito sa USC. Kita naman natin na no run, manalo sila. They have the gun advantage, and what we saw there, it can be amplified into the coming round. But the side of PUP rather, I really want to say this about them right now. They have that chance if they get that spike plant. They just need to already get in the way of any retake. Maagapan lang nila yung sudden impact ng USC. Makakatulong na sa kanila kasi they will have potential to get on site in a map like Haven.
Yeah, I mean, kanina nga lang, the fact that Disease just by putting out his guiding light, see? Wala na kagad members ng USC. They need to back off, and if only he gets a total control plus the trades coming in from his teammates, that's the bigger potential that we have. But as of now, dinanay nga sila ni Farsightin. Biruin mo, pagkapasa mo sa nagulat na lang ako that he's hitting every shot that he have with his Ghost. But let's see more of USC together with the PUP. But you know what, compared to Ascent, Farsightin, we've seen him when it comes to Ascent talaga, it's a 50-50. But when you put him in Haven, talagang mas comfortable talaga siya when it comes to his playstyle with his Jet. So that's what we need to look forward also. But on the other side of PUP, how will they make a good answer? As Disease still wants to get this together with Jetpachi. So we're gonna be seeing a pseudo-duelist talaga when it comes to him, since he's also doing so much for his team. And that's what I'm talking about. And Beats right now has been denied with the potential of at least getting one, but there's a trade coming in from Farsightin together with his Ghost, a 4v4 still, and PUP, I think it's much better if they get out of A site already. It's been dominated for the past few seconds, and as Disease takes out that flash, they need to back it off before the aggressiveness of USC will be coming in.
I have the spike.
You know, I'm actually gonna say this. But parang I kind of disagree with you in terms of history na Ascent and something like Icebox is where Farsightin really pops off, and not so much on Haven. But then you're proving me wrong in a way, because you're giving me the real stats right now, Ray. And you make that point. Now Ascent, it was the beach show. This time it's an FSJ show. At baka naman, baka text week pa siya, real quick message pa lang. So ano pinaka-best map pa sa'yo, Farsightin? What do you like playing the most? So I don't know what insider info you have right now, but I will take it anyway in stride. But Fugly there, he strides in and gets rid of Shiv. And we'll see him keep up the momentum we saw at the latter half of Ascent, as USC, they're prepared yet again to go for the retake. 4v3 muna dito. Cloudburst gonna get thrown on over. And behind the Nebula, there's the guiding light. And Disease with a find on FSJ. Now, the thing is, we have PUP prepared for that C-long angle. And we got Disease getting on the board yet again. Tomodo with a find on Kinsu. And surprise, surprise, the Astra saving the day. USC able to get that sneaky defuse on. But PUP getting a few pickoffs anyway. Not too bad for the attacking side. They're gonna get the guns now. And USC, this bonus is gonna be looking very dire for them until a wild operator appears and FSJ is gonna invest in a round like this.
On the third round?
Why not?
Okay,
Why not?
fine. I mean, okay,
It's
fine.
not-
Farsight is
a good
okay in
idea.
a sense and Icebox. But I've seen games that he's really popping off also in Avid. Come on, you can't give it to me.
Look, I gave it to you na nga eh. Binigay ko na nga sa'yo. Inaaway mo pa yun na binigay na nga sa'yo eh.
Di na nga. Ang labo.
Sinabi ko na,
Labo
Ray
ko.
giving me the new stats right now. Okay, sige. Go lang,
Sorry po.
G lang.
Akin. Kasalanan talaga ni Bright eh.
Sasalanan talaga ng prod. Tama naman yan.
Kasalanan
But-
talaga ni Bright.
But hey, it's not a bad idea at all to go for the operator since he
Ah.
was able to save up on the money. And if he dies here, he will only have one ultimate point the distance to the Bladestorm. So kahit mamatay siya dito, pwede pa siya maging lethal in the next round. For USC, they want to counteract the rifles that PUP will obviously buy with an op to play that long range. So we'll see who can get another pick off here as Toma gonna get seen, but Japachi a little too late on the flick. And it will be the Astra getting that takedown. 5v3 right now. USC systematically and automatically picking apart the opposition one by one. And pansin nga natin, diba? Dito sa Haven so far, that's been the pace. At the very start, it's USC and PUP looking for picks. But then, as soon as PUP says, "Sige na, tara na, let's get on site," that is when the chaos unfolds. But for USC, when they get a big advantage like this, 5v4 becoming 5v3, turning it to 5v2, then what can PUP do by this point? And I said it a while ago, the bonus na to, it would have been looking difficult for USC, but they just keep it simple and clean, and PUP is forced to save the guns they have here, Ray Ray.
10 seconds left.
It's
Last
good
player
for the guys
standing.
of
Spike down mid.
PUP to have some little bit of extensions, but the fact that it's taking so long, it's pretty hard for them. But Disease, we're seeing right now, Disease tries to go for the exit frags, but Farsight gets him. So it's still USC all over again here in Haven. But on the other side naman, yep, they just need to take a little bit of the trades. It's very important because Jetpatch is all by himself. He needs to take that, but it's actually dangerous when you're all by yourself in sewers. But let's see, how will PUP be comfortable with how they play under attacking, because that's what we're looking forward to, the momentum that they need to set since they have that double initiator. But on the other side, kasi ang ganda din ng form that USC has today, they already have that operator, but Beats, we want to be aggressive. He takes down one, but you only have 2 bullets left, and that's a good trade coming in from Jetpatchy, and Farsight also gets picks and goes to the second frag. Looking for a trade. Nope, he won't be
player
going. But
standing.
then we only have one left. That's going to be Jetpatchy. But just by picking in mid, Farsight or FSJ will be denying the potential of PUP to actually get over in B site.
Farsight just went Super Saiyan there, and this is the power of that operator early on. We didn't see it in the last round because he wasn't the one they walked into, but now as soon as the shooting gallery unfolded by the grass, it seems like it is greener on the side of USC. 4-0 right now. Full arsenal here for this both sides. But Pandiorum, they need to figure out how to shut down that op and fast. And this is what I'm talking about. This is where the utilities will really come into play. And I'd love to see more of those combinations that have helped them out in the previous map. So this is a good call here for the side of Pandiorum. PUP setting up the wall to go to CSAT. But Mike, it just keeps it simple, sprays it down, gets to immediately. Not too many choices there, Ray Ray. Such a narrow angle. And PUP, they're falling apart here as USC cleans up house.
You all know that these guys are actually successful when it comes to control, but unfortunately, with just Mike tries to spray through the smoke, he gets 2, and that's really big coming in from USC, already reading how PUP sets up on the C, but as we see Jet Patch at TC gets Mike, that's pretty important for their economy, but Farsighting will be finishing him out with that operator, and still a clean streak coming from USC, but on the other side, PUP, I still trust they had that complete control in C, just a little bit of what happened on their post plant, but still, the fact that they're doing so much and they have good setups, kailangan lang talaga nilang mag-settle sa working all together in it. But on the other side naman, they need to deny Farsighting talaga with that operator. It's really scary. He has that full control when he will be taking at least 1 or 2 from PUP side. So they really need to help with their Sky on how they will be getting those tactics together. But ngayon, we have Jet Patchy with this. Oh no, this ulti gets out. Fogby. And will he be able to take down at least 1? And that's quite helpful. But oh no, he will be denied right now with Tomo helping out his teammate. And he gets save. And we only have 1 left that's going to be deceased on a 50 round and finished off by Farsighting. It's the battle of the ultimates with that Blade Storm. But unfortunately, we have UST still winning the 6th round.
Yeah, and look at how confident USC is now. That's 3 Ray. That's 3 operators. That's too many. That is a lot of operators. It makes sense, you know, 1 for A, 1 for B, 1 for C, and you're good to go. But in all honesty, in that last round, everyone really hyper focused on what Jitpachi did, and good pick off onto 1, finds a second before he gets traded. But the thing is, everyone, including the audience, hyper focused on what's happening in the front, you can see USC, they're holding on to the sides, they're getting the takedowns, and as soon as the dust settles, right, it becomes like 4v2, 4v1, and it was USC who still takes the ground after a blitzkrieg from those different angles. But now the blitzkrieg will go in favor of PUP as they're looking to rush down A side instead. Beat still holding things together, and this is why you don't go multiple operators, because, well, you don't have much hold potential. Kizu already gonna be able to get 3 kills so far here. Ray looking for a 4th, but Foggy gonna get on the board. Now, all alone, up in hand, has the lockdown. But yeah, USC's having fun. But don't forget, this is Promotionals. Don't forget, this is lower bracket. And a round like this, where you throw a lot of money away to buy operators, PUP, they're a team that's no slouch. And you're oh no, you're just gonna die there. PUP, at least they punish the operators, but the job is absolutely difficult. The job is now, there's a chance right now to get the job done, but well, USC still scary on the other side.
But that's what I'm talking about. Ang ganda na ng synchronization ng PUP, di ba? Pag synchronize mo yung flash ni Disease, it's gonna be working. Even if you have that 3 operators coming right up sa USC, you can just still capitalize on that. It's the long angles we're talking about in A, and really hard to get those angles coming in from your operator. And right now, they've been successful. And that's what we're waiting sa PUP. Kailangan talaga nilang i-punish yung mga anchors ng each side with those flashes coming right in from Disease. But looks like it's a good momentum shift coming right up for the guys of PUP as Jetpachi will be getting the first frag. But as the retake goes, we have Fogly with his lockdown, pero sinabayan din kagad. Lockdowns by lockdowns, but Farsighting on the other side, he gets 2 with his operator, and we only have 2 left. As this post-plant, will it work? Yep, it looks like it's gonna be working, but as right now, we are seeing the destroyed lockdowns. Disease with a flash as Foggy tries to defuse. He needs to take his one out, but right now, all of them will be going down to the hands of Tomo. And USC still takes this, even if there's already a post-plant potential sa side ng PUP.
No, you don't deserve my attention.
Unfortunately, still gonna fall apart there. USC just set up the wall, go for the retake, and it goes back to square one here for the side of PUP. It's just that sheer strength right now. It's just that immediate frag potential that USC brings to the table that has really defined this game so far. And you have it here, you know, beats na nilabas niya lahat ng energy niya game number 1. So he can just chill out here at the bottom of that scoreboard with only 3. It doesn't really matter because it's Farsighting and Tomo the ones at the very top instead. And for the University of San Carlos, I think the biggest deal right now is just how proactive they've been on this map. whenever there's action in one side, they're looking for control in the other two. And in a map like Haven, when you can make this map look even smaller, look even narrower with that map control, dun talaga uunlad ng team mo, and that's what USC have done so far to win out these rounds very, very quickly. Then again though, PUP, they have that chance if they can get on site. But the chances they have been slipping on away. The chances they're still difficult because USC has the retake potential on the other side. But if they can keep it up and if they can really get in the way of any initial retakes, then that is the best chance for PUP to get another round on the board.
Oh, kaso nga lang, Jetpachi, we need to check every corner. Pagdi's on the side of Garage, and now he's taken on. But let's see. Oh no, ang ganda na sana ng blind, but still, Bits will be risking that shot. But Disease gets him out, and he is actually open on the side of PUP. They can actually do this and deal with just the post plant, but Valdi tries to pick. He takes down Shiv, and we only have two left coming in from PUP. They haven't planted it yet, but the total control that we have, it's gonna go on the side of USC. And how will Hicks deal this with at least 3 guys coming right up from USC?
I think Pix is either AFK or
Oh,
disconnected. Hey,
oh,
he's just there.
oh, he's just
But
there.
he's just chilling. You know?
10 seconds
Hi.
left.
Hi, my name is Pix. I am a killjoy. I am the top frag from game number 1. And I am here by spawn instead. So, you know, a little bit of exercise for side Jin. Tama lang yan. It's like, hello beats. Friend. Buddy pal. Yari sa'yo, bro. Yari sa'yo dyan, pre. Why you taking a nap on the job? But you know, in that round, I'm gonna say it here. He's fugly and he's proud. He's just
Mhm.
on points. Getting the takedowns there. The killjoy absolutely on the board. And just unfortunate here for the side of PUP as we're in a bit of a break. So guys, if you love memes, gameplay, and other student-left videos, check out AcadArena on TikTok. Follow at AcadArena if you are part of our first 1,000 followers. You get a chance to win some of our weekly giveaways. Post or tweet with the hashtag AA TikTok giveaway to make your entry count. And ano na naman, Ray, what are you laughing about?
You know, I was thinking that if AcadArena gets 1K followers, they should do, dapat si Dax mag-release ng TikTok niya.
Hindi. Ito
TikTok
mangyayari,
video.
guys. So, kung magka 1,000 followers, si Ray sasayaw sa AcadArena TikTok, diba?
Si
Yun.
Brian na lang sana sumayaw ng TikTok. Dinadamay na naman natin.
Dinadamay mo na naman yung prod. Ang kulit eh. Okay, I'm gonna tell this out right to the audience. While we were getting ready, and you know, I took a shower and everything, Ray was selling a lot of different kinds of anime to our prod, especially, you know, a certain one that shall not be ever said on stream. But Ray, tatanong ko sa'yo, ano ba yung genre na paborito mo? At ba't mo sobrang binibenta sa mga tao?
Ay, grabe kayo guys. Mahihilig ako sa, sa sword art.
That is a bold-faced lie and you know it. Pwede ka pa politika, Ray, ah. Ang galing yun, ah.
Yes. But to be honest to those, I hope you guys won't be canceling me, but I don't like Sword Art Online. I just like it for the first season to episode 1 to 13, and after that, I don't like it anymore. I think they will be clipping this and telling other
Nice.
people
No.
that I don't like Sword Art Online.
No, you know what will they clip, Ray? The
What?
truth. If you say the truth, if you tell them what you're really into, they will
No.
accept you for who you are.
They will accept me. I think this is common for women. I think
Sige
this is
lang.
common for
Okay,
us
okay,
women.
sige. Okay, back to
Ah,
balance. Ayoko na.
Teach people will get this right.
This is the shush. Let's talk about the game again.
Okay, let's okay.
Oh, umpisa pa lang. We just started again, and Fugly Farside off to the races. 5 seconds, 2 kills. This is what USC is all about. Can they get a third immediately? 10 seconds, 3 kills. This is
One
speedrun
enemy remaining.
incarnate. There we go. Beat's gonna get on the board and put the stopwatch on because we are stopping this round immediately. 9-1. We just got back from the break, and USC will break the wills of PUP.
We were just talking about the anime, and then suddenly
Suddenly,
USC.
USC just wins. Okay, go again. And really, okay, look, this is the part where I just say the speech again. This USC is the squad that was promised. This USC is the squad that was expected to make the playoffs. And them here in the promotionals, this is not where they belong. In all honesty, this is not where USC belongs right now. They put themselves in a situation because they went winless in Division A, and with this form, with this roster, they're looking to have a very, very clear shot at making it back to Division A, where they can really assess their strength level. So it's a bit unfortunate for PUP because from what we've seen so far, there has been a lot of promise, there has been a lot of hard work. But when you get an opponent like this, you can't really assess yourself for becoming the top of Division B because you're effectively facing off against the top of Division A from last season. And that's where the difference happens. Kaya nga may Division A, kaya may Division B, kaya tayo may format na ganito eh. Because we want to see these talents grow even more. But the growth of USC is exponential. The growth of USC is really one of the best success stories of not just collegiate Valorant in the Philippines, but Valorant in general, dito sa Pilipinas, with the likes of Farsight and Beats being parts of top from PH professional teams to note. So really, for USC, this is their strength level that was expected. PUP can't really blame them right now for what's going on. Didn't expect this USC show on up, but there's still a chance for PUP. Like I said, they have the blueprints for success. They just need to get the right reads and the right calls against individual members of USC. Pick them apart one by one. Take it slow and steady. But the problem is, Ray Ray, they're running out of rounds to do so. 9-1 is a very overwhelming scoreline.
Think this is what happened also last time in the previous map, in a sense that USC just dominating all over. But let's wait and see what PUP has in store for us, diba? Di naman imposible para sa kanila. They've been doing this double initiator. We're gonna be seeing a lot of practice coming in from them. And actually, when they get it sa mismong season 4 na, then makikitaan natin that they are actually one of the teams pala na mahirap kalabanan. But on the other side talaga, you can see they're on their form. Imagine you have two players on the professional scene. Maganda din talagang experience na meron sila. Same as goes to the other teams who has pro level players na nakikitaan natin. But on the other side naman, we have Jetpachi. I'm really trusting this guy that he'll be able to get a lot of frags, not only in this promotionals, but also on the division A or B na makita natin para sa kanila. But right now, we have already the pause coming right through. And big shoutouts to everyone na nanonood ngayon ng Sword Art Online battle between Ray Ray and Dax. But I really do think na PUP talaga ay kailangan din nating abangan. I mean, maybe they just need a lot of mechanical skills pa to work on. The chemistry also, nandiyan naman na, but kailangan pa talaga lalong mag-pop off. So, let's wait and see. It's not impossible. Every round or every game that you actually experience will be a total new learnings para sa'yo to actually improve more and going up against a team as big like USC, this is really a time where PUP can just study yung kanilang kalaban and study also their agent lineups. Kasi it's good eh. You're seeing this kind of lineups talaga sa side of PUP sa pro scene, and it's really effective. So if only they take a matter of tempo, good tempos, good rhythm, good everything coming in from them, then I'm gonna be happy to see PUP standing great sa mga kalaban nila. While on the side of USC naman, it's just the default talaga na pinipili nila, and they're really comfortable with their agents, especially with how far Saijin goes. Si Bits naman na, alam mo yung yung nangyayari kapag nag 100% lakas ka sa previous map. Tapos ngayon parang nawala na yung ano ba to, parang si All Might lang, na-exhaust na yung power.
Kanina walang pa gentle ngayon medyo gentle na si Beats. Gentle Beats. At pero tanong ko talaga, Ray, kailan ka mag-host ng watch party ng Sword Art Online?
No way am I doing that.
Sige na. Alam ko, okay ka sa season 1 eh. So you start sa season 2, the best season, di ba? Fairies, pare.
No,
Tapos
Fairy.
magkakabarrel next. Tapos biglang ewan ko na lang, you know, the next one, yung real VR experience. Diba, season 2, season 3, season 4, Ray, watch party when? Hosted by AcadArena. AcadArena X Ray, Sword Art Online film.
I think I'll die just by watching Sword Art Online. Pero may iba kayong anime na pwede i-suggest?
Ay, oo,
Oh,
meron.
ano?
It starts with a B.
Boku no Hero Academia? Yeah.
It kind of sounds like that. Kind of does, pero I guess you already know that by now,
Yes,
knowing your
yes.
taste. So a little bit unfortunate. So a bit of a technical issue right now here for the side of PUP, ISPC Muna, and hopefully we can get back into a 5v5. But really, 9-1 scoreline looking pretty dominant, just like sort of line dominated the charts of all anime.
And a lot of people after the first season
Bakit ba?
become so
Di,
disappointed.
di, di mo ba favorite si Kirito Kun? Di ba?
No. I'm denying Sword Art Online right now. Oh my, I think this is not good. A lot
Wala.
of people are actually big fans of Sword Art Online on what? Its fifth season? Come on, guys.
Ewan ko na nga eh. I don't know.
But aside from that,
Pag,
while we're
you know,
talking about ano
no,
yan,
no, no.
Dax?
Look, the thing is, if the anime is more than 2 seasons, I'm kind of iffy about it kasi laking commitment eh. Isipin mo, tara, you wanna start watching One Piece with me from episode
No
1?
way.
You wanna start watching Detective Conan, Gigadon from episode 1?
Okay, but you know what, kidding aside, a lot of people talaga ay nakakapag-catch up sa One Piece, and I don't know how you guys have had a lot of energy
You
watching long anime series like Naruto, also like
Specialized.
Boruto's dad. Boruto's dad.
Boruto
Oh,
Stad Shippuden, okay yun na. But we're back into the game, and unfortunately here for the side of PUP, it does seem like we're taking notice that they're gonna be playing this 4v5 as one of the PCs cannot get back into the game. So hopefully, makabawi dito ang PUP, but USC, they have just been absolutely on form, absolutely dominant. And there you go with Beats right now, looking to be that swordsman to get that kill onto Jet Patchy. Seeker's still gonna be the call, and 8-8 right now here on the side of PUP. And this is the best call, Ray Ray. Kung ganito kayo ka-down kaagad, best thing to do is to just go for one side there. Mike and Fugly on the board. Disease right now gonna get takedown, but effectively it's 4v1. All they need to do now is hunt Disease, just vaccinate him, inoculate him. Knife is out, does not even get the honorable combat. Shame on you, FSJ. Nag-knife out na siya, binarin mo pa sa mukha. Pero yun, USC 10 to 1.
and still, it's just the first half we're talking about here, but PUP, hopefully, we're still waiting for them right now. And I think it seems like they're good to go. Yeah, it seems like they're good to go already. Are they? Are they good to go? Yep. Looks like they are. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully they're back on track already. It's already a 10-1 scoreline that we have. And I still want to see a lot coming in from PUP, of course. I mean, they are good. They're a good team. They just need a little more of the step up talaga that we're talking about. But looks like they're gonna be committing here in A. Is this going to be a good setup? Only if the splashes will be connecting and Farsighten will be missing his shots. Maybe there's a big opportunity. Pero nga lang, he wants to be aggressive and Mike will be punishing Disease. And looks like ganda na sana kagad ng control ng PUP, but unfortunately they are being denied by Farsighten together with Mike. He will be tagged, but Mike suddenly gets a kill also, and Farsighten will be picking against Jetpatchy, and we only have Tizu together with Pigs, but they will just be doing this aggressiveness style that we are seeing coming in from USC, and a flawless round has been executed. 11-1 in favor of USC still.
Yeah, 11-1, and we go into the second half. But for PUP, it feels like it's just a death march to their sentence. It's 5v4. It's looking too dicey, and it's just an unfortunate end of the PUP storyline because they really came to their own form in the lower bracket of Division B. They really showed up, had that flawless run after losing out once in the upper bracket, and many have seen their progress. Many tout that the efforts of Polytechnic University of the Philippines is one of the biggest and brightest really from Division B, and they know it na pinaghirapan talaga nila to. But now with a bit of technical issues in the way and the complete powerhouse of USC staring him in the face, you can really notice why these guys for the Portal Warriors were deemed one of the favorites after that season 2 run. And this is the form, the roster, and the expectations that were being
Spike
met now.
planted.
But Tachi, he's fighting, getting away from the shock darts. The C's gonna get on the board. There's first Fire Sergeant. He's gonna get the kill as well. So effectively an equalization here, but the side of PUP, but Beats and Mike get those takedowns. The C's now the only ones left. Can't even infect anyone here on B side. Ray Ray. Ito na si Beats, ito na si Tomo. And that is that. 12-1 here in favor of USC as they hunt down the AFK.
Right now, we're gonna be waiting for your picks and Tomo.
Wala nan. You want my gun? You want that gun? So you know. Oh, give him more guns. Give him more guns. Just stack it. Just stack it on top of Fix. Oh no, and Tomo will just get the kill anyway. But yeah, 12-1. With USC with gun advantage, this series is effectively over unless PUP can get the best force buy round in their history, in their lives. Honestly, it'll be a miracle here for the side of PUP. And USC looking to book a date with, I believe, Tams FX in the matchup later on today. This is the lower bracket, and losing here means you are eliminated and you will have to play in Division B yet again next season. Winning here, you can have that chance, that slot to Division A, but USC, it really feels like they've finally gotten that RSVP. Dito na you were na me. Finally, USC nag-text back na rin sila after all these days. But Jet Patchy throwing caution to the wind. Tatama lang yan. Go in, get those takedowns, and find a way to make a play here, Ray Ray.
Then, even if he had a kill, USC is on the control here in the seaside. All of them are just gonna be waiting. Mike wants to be so aggressive. He will be spotting on Ash to where Patchy is. Takes out the shock dart. Fortunately, won't be eliminating. But on the other side, the kill feed itself beats together with Fire Sergeant. Gets at least a lot of frags. And there's only gonna be 2 left coming right up in a PUP. But at least Patchy gets Fire Sergeant together with Mike. It's going to be big as it's going to be a 2v2. But it seems like Bits wants to finish this out. And that's it.
That's game, and the Portal Warriors, they step through one dimension and come out the other with a full powerhouse that was expected from them. 13-1 victory. USC moves on to the next round of the lower brackets and will be facing off Tams FX later on today. But for USC, job done and the form that was expected. And yun nga, diba? Nag-text back na sila, Ray Ray, sumagot na rin sila finally sa atin na, oh, on the way, no problem, don't worry. Pero that's like, pare, that's like a week ago. I texted you a week ago and you're finally showing up right now. Pero ito na masasabi ko, better late than never. And for USC, they don't want their squad, their school to go down to Division B, and we have the return of the stars to save them at a moment's notice.
Yep, but still USC, the favorites, guy. That's what you're talking about. But on the other side, the PUP will be going to Division B. But right now, if we're seeing a PUP style of play, I think and I really trust that they will be upping the scoreboards in Division B. I'm excited to cast these guys once again, and let's see if how they'll be able to secure these wins, including their agent lineup. That what I've been talking about earlier on. But on the other side, guys, we still have lots of cast to do here in UAC Promotionals. We'll be right back after the short breaks. So see you guys.